You know, generally, in the WWE especially, there's always one trying thing about this time of year. WrestleMania's past. And the biggest issue I've always noticed that WWE always seems to have is originality. What can they do next that's original? More on that in a minute. First of all, welcome to John's Wrestling Views. I am your host, John. Thanks for tuning in. Originality. That's why I like to say, WrestleMania is such a huge event that, it's like, I know personally, I always look forward to WrestleMania. Just some of the matches that they usually come up with, I'm like, wow. A lot of them is like matches you never thought you would see. And then, or just, they do such a great job building the storylines that you just get so anxious to see the end result unfold before your very eyes, just with the build-up they do for each match. And this year's WrestleMania was no different. But then, what can you do next? And then I usually find that, it was Backlash for many years, and now Extreme Rules follows WrestleMania. And it's always known for a ton of WrestleMania rematches, I've noticed. It's just, a lot of times there's more implications, or they add things to it. Like, they'll turn a singles match into a handicap match or a tag team match. And, this year, honestly, it ends up being a little different with a twist. The intention was, yeah, let's make it the same like we always do, and that's what it's looking like. Extreme Rules is coming up, and you have The Miz, who beat John Cena at WrestleMania. John Cena comes out, not this last Monday, the Monday before that, saying, the only way to make my match with The Rock at WrestleMania 28 bigger is if it's for the WWE Championship. So he's going to make it his personal MO to gain the WWE Championship sometime through the year and then hold on to it through at least WrestleMania so he can defend that against The Rock, so it can indeed be the biggest match of all time, at least build-up wise, which would, in theory, result in a rematch between John Cena and current champion The Miz. Well then, how about we have a 5-man gauntlet like we did last Monday, or not last Monday, the Monday before that on Raw, between John Cena, of course, and then let's add R-Truth, Randy Orton, John Morrison, and Dolph Ziggler. And then how about, to end things, R-Truth hasn't been too much involved with storylines lately. How about we have him pretty much fight through the whole gauntlet, at least most of it, and then face John Cena in the end result, and then have The Miz and Alex Riley attack him. And then let's have a triple threat match at Extreme Rules between the three for the championship. I was honestly thinking it was R-Truth's time to shine, as I was expecting a new champion. Miz has held it for a while now, and R-Truth hasn't really had that opportunity before. I was really expecting to see R-Truth step up and win the title. But then an interesting play of events on Monday, John Morrison kind of tricked him into putting his title shot on the line against Morrison in a match where Morrison won. Morrison, the way he was egging him on, though, I was like, okay, the end result of this can't be good. One of them has to at least turn heel. And I thought for sure it was sounding like Morrison, and rumors been circulating behind the scenes of wrestling that they've been wanting to give Morrison a heel push. But no, Morrison wins the match fair and square, and R-Truth attacks him afterwards, and does a bunch of crap to him to the outside, hits him in the face with a water bottle, and in the end result, taking a fan's cigarette, lighting a cigarette, and blowing it all over all over John Morrison. Sorry, is that even allowed in a PG WWE TV show? WWE's really crossing the lines, some would think, but it's an interesting twist. Let's put it that way. So now it looks like it's going to be John Morrison, John Cena, and The Miz in a steel cage match at Extreme Rules for a title. R-Truth isn't going away, folks, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if R-Truth finds a way back in the title match, or better yet, if they just make it a fatal 4-way, because there's clearly a Morrison-Truth rivalry getting started here. The other side of things, we were thinking, Edge and Del Rio were going to have a WrestleMania rematch, this time in a ladder match, as Del Rio earned a spot by beating Christian a number one contenders match. But then Edge made the shocking announcement. For those of you who haven't seen it or didn't hear, not this last Monday, but the Monday before that, Edge revealed that he had some tests done with some doctors and everything. And apparently he's been having some spinal damage. In the result, he's forced to retire. Edge is officially retired now. He relinquished the title. Del Rio's facing the winner of last Friday's SmackDown's Battle Royal in a ladder match at Extreme Rules, which saw Christian, of course, get the win. It's going to be Christian and Del Rio at WrestleMania in a ladder match. Right now, as it stands, according to John's Wrestling Views, I'm thinking, they probably want one heel to win, one face to win, so I'm thinking The Miz will retain and Christian will gain. That's my opinion. I could really see Del Rio winning it, though. It's going to be interesting. Give me a couple weeks and maybe I'll have a more definite answer as the storyline progresses. But right now it's looking like Christian's finally in for a title reign, and let's face it, he's earned it more than Del Rio has. And then The Miz is going to continue to reign champion for now. And then two other matches for Extreme Rules right now. It's going to be Jerry the King Lawler teaming up with Jim Ross against Michael Cole and Jack Swagger. They let Michael Cole win once already. Don't expect it again, especially after last Monday on Raw when he made Jim Ross kiss his foot, which apparently had athlete's foot. At least that's what it made it look like. I'd be surprised if Michael Cole and Jack Swagger win it. And then just announced, I don't know if it was today, but I just found out for myself today, is now going to be Randy Orton and CM Punk in a last man standing match. Maybe go with CM Punk for the fact that, Nexus is there, and Orton's been one-upping Punk lately, been winning all their encounters. Once again, that's not a biased perspective. I just honestly think maybe it's time they're going to let Punk win in this rivalry. I don't know if they're going to end it. But that's where Extreme Rules stands right now. Superstars look out for, besides those people mentioned, obviously they're going to do a lot more with John Morrison and R-Truth, but keep looking out for Sin Cara. The guy has made nothing short of an impact since he's been in the company, and I only see great things ahead for him, as even last Monday, him and John Cena teamed up and beat The Miz and Alex Riley. Guy's got a bright future, and I'm excited to see it. But that's all the time I have for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I'm John. Have a good one.